I'm gonna share with you guys our top 3 worst moments full-time RVing.
Subscribe button's right down there. Red one that says subscribe. Click that, hit the bell, give us a like. Hey guys, if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe now and join us on our journey. We'd love to have you along.
I also wanted to just give a big shout out to the RV Odd Couple who actually gave me the idea for this video as I was sitting here in the airport and I watched theirs. So go check them out. We've been subscribed to them for many years now. The couple years that they've been on the road full time, just as long as we have. Great channel, great videos, huge content, and the guys have had an enormous success here on YouTube. And I'm happy to be an Odds God member. So go check them out. I will put a link here so you guys can go check that out, and also a link in the video description below to their new video that I just watched. When you go over there, make sure you comment down below in the comment section, U-turn permitted sent ya. Well guys, as I sit here in this airport, I figured I'd make a short video and put something out for you. So let's go ahead and discuss worst experience yet at a campground. If you guys are curious about that flashing lights and what was going on at LaGuardia Airport, keep tuned till after the video and I'll share it with you. All right, anyways, yeah, so I flew from Chicago to LaGuardia for work here in New York City. I am just by Manhattan and all that. Got to wear a mask inside the airport still, but anyways, let's get on to the video. Let's talk about the worst things that have happened full-time RVing for us at a campground and not at a campground. And if you're curious about what's going on with the flashing lights and everything, stay tuned after the video and I'll let you know. Worst thing yet to happen full-time RVing for us had to be the transmission. Blowing the transmission. The first time sucked. When we first got back into Washington, when the coronavirus all first started, we got back into Washington State and literally just crossed the border and blew our RV transmission. Had it replaced at a shop and went on with ourselves. That was a $5,800 bill or something like that to have that transmission replaced. Then we went back to my mom's house, hung out up around there, did the things for the summer that we did, got the new car, hit the road again, and we made it 2,800 miles and we blew our second transmission in San Diego. This time we went with AMCO transmission, which was a nightmare to deal with, by the way. I mean, it's nice that we have a transmission that is under a national warranty, but blowing that transmission for a second time and costing us another $6,000 was ridiculous. But like I said, now we're covered nationwide, so shouldn't have any more unexpected incidents, transmission or anything wise, so that's a good plus. And if we do, like I said, we just go to any AMCO transmission nationwide and it's under a warranty, so there's that. So that's the worst thing that's happened to us while driving and on the road and things like that. When it comes to campground wise, 2 things stand out top of my head that I can think of. We'll start with the first one that I was going to tell you about here. That's not so bad as the second one, as I feel. This happened at Lake Whitney, Thousand Trails in Texas. My son, who was 17 at the time, walking his dog, who has only lived as a full-time RV traveling dog his whole life. This dog is big, goofy, friendly. He's not aggressive, doesn't act aggressive, doesn't jump at people, doesn't pull on the leash. He's very well behaved. In fact, when other dogs or things approach him, he normally just lays down and waits. So needless to say, he wasn't showing any aggression, and my son was walking him on a leash. Now, a lady was coming towards him at the campground and she freaked out and wanted him to stop and told him to stay there until she went past. And knowing that we have a aggressive breed, or what people would say is a dangerous breed, which is bull hockey, if you ask me, because any dog can be an aggressive dog. Any breed can be an aggressive breed. And Rottweilers are known to be great family dogs and great with kids. So, besides that, this lady told him that now that she knew that this dog was in the campground, she would carry her gun just in case she needed to shoot the dog if it got too close, or if it got close to her. It really upset Isaiah. Now, both of them had to deal with it. And like I said, it was something that really struck them as strange and odd and freaked him out a little bit. I just told them to avoid the lady and not go around her camper, or to turn around and walk the other way if they see her, and just not to say anything and leave it be. Some people just can't understand that the things they say can affect people and freak them out. They really freaked Isaiah out. He thought, is this lady gonna hurt my dog? But that was the incident there, and we'll leave that one at that. I just thought, how rude. Don't say it to a teenager, and don't say it at all. If the dog's walking on a leash with its owner and not acting aggressively, not misbehaving, there's no need to say anything like that. And Arthur's been attacked by a couple dogs, and they've all been small dogs. I found one, he was up against the side of our RV, and this little tiny dog was biting him, and he was standing there looking at me like, help me, help me. People think they're small dogs, and we've heard it. Oh, it's so cute, or oh, haha, that dog could have you as a snack. It's not cute. It is not funny. When your dog is attacking my dog, I don't care the size. I don't care if it didn't hurt him. It's not right. And you need to keep your dog on a leash and control your dog just as everybody else does. And have a trained dog. That is an aggressive dog. And a lot of campgrounds say no aggressive behavior from dogs. Yeah, so that's enough of that one. Now let's move on to the most ridiculous one that we've had happen yet to date at a campground. All right, well, this was a few months ago, right when our transmission was about to blow for the second time in San Diego. We were at Oxenenta, I believe is how you say it, Oxenenta Springs, in Descanso, California, right outside San Diego. Love that park. When we showed up there, we pulled in, and all the sites are okay sized, and we had a decent one, but there were some that are just absolutely humongous. We noticed the guy right around the corner from us had one of the biggest sites there, tucked way back in the woods, lots of privacy. We liked it, and he was packing up to leave, so we packed up and moved into that site real quick. But doing so, we didn't know what we would have to deal with dealing with the neighbor lady. Yikes. All right, so when we packed up and we moved there, we got there that first day. We spent the night, had no problems, everything was great. There was a teenage boy in a fifth wheel, older fifth wheel, with a couple cars down below, an older gentleman, and a lady. Well, the second night rolls around, and it's about 1:45, 2 in the morning, and this lady comes out in the middle of the night and starts throwing rocks up the hill and hitting our RV. And she's yelling, I know who you are and I know what you've done, and blah, blah, blah. So that one, I opened the window and I was furious, guys. I was mad. I thought, who the heck are you and why are you throwing rocks? And I don't know you. I just got here. Needless to say, the husband finally got her to come inside, and he came up to the RV that night, and I was coming out the door, and he met me, and he said he was so sorry. He was so sorry. He was so sorry. He was so sorry. She's mentally unstable, and she'd been off her medication, and she didn't know who we are. She actually thought we were the guy previous, is what he said. And he said if there was any damage to the RV, that he would pay for it, which there wasn't. I went and looked the next day. There might have been a little nick or so, but ours doesn't have perfect paint anyways, and I'm not gonna jeopardize. I'm sure the guy dealt with it all the time. And April reminded me, I've dealt with having some people with some issues in my life, and so has she. that, you know, some people are unstable, and I'm sure it's a lot for that family. I'm sure that kid and the guy have to deal with it all the time, and that sucks. So why put them through more heartache and more hardship? We're lucky she didn't break a window, but, you know, nothing else happened, and we didn't have any more problems with them. That was the worst experience that we've had at a campsite with a neighbor or another camper. You've got your typical weekenders and stuff that come and go, and they're loud, they're noisy, and they don't respect the rules quite as much and everything. But that's typical, guys, and I let that go. Everybody's got to have a good time, and they're on vacation, relaxing, and it really doesn't bother us as long as they're not intruding on our sites, or it's not ridiculous all night long, just crazy loud. I get it. Go have fun, have your vacation, and have a good time. It won't bother me. The only other thing I can say that we've had any kind of an issue at a campground, and it wasn't even so much an issue of somebody being loud or noisy or not polite or even saying anything to us, because they didn't. Is we pulled into Russian River, a campground in Cloverdale, California, on our way down before the transmission and everything. This is Northern California, I think the most north campground you can get, which was an amazing campground itself too. Anyways, but we pulled into this campground and we set up, we enjoyed ourselves for the rest of the evening, and then we went to bed. Well, the next morning when I woke up, checked our YouTube channel here, right? And there was a comment, and it said some of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. It's just somebody out slandering and saying a bunch of nonsense that they didn't know. They had claimed that we come in and throw trash all over and just leave the campground like that and leave our trash everywhere. We let our dogs run free to kill small animals. We throw food waste and things out to attract rodents. We were noisy all hours. And we never cleaned up after our dogs, and we were rude. Now, anybody who's ever camped next to us or anybody who knows us knows that that is just not the truth, and that we don't let our dogs go. Our dogs are always on leash or have their lead on, hooked to the frame of the RV. So there's no dogs running around anywhere, and we hadn't even left, so how'd they know how we're going to leave a campsite? We don't throw food out. We don't do any of that. So the ridiculousness of that was just a chuckle. I mean, why would you say something about people you don't know? That one blew my mind. But like I said, that wasn't a rude camper. Actually, they were clean, they were quiet, and they didn't bother us. They never even said one word to us. We only knew it was them because their picture and everything on the comment was the same one that was sitting next to us. Yeah, go figure that one, huh, guys? Needless to say, I just deleted the comment and went on with my life and blocked them because I just don't need nonsense like that. I mean, most of the time I just leave the comments of people who want to be rude or anything. I don't care. I don't care if you're rude. I don't care about any of that. I really don't even care if you dislike the videos. In fact, I think it's priceless when you take time out of your life because you don't like what you're watching here to comment below and waste more time. Just don't watch it. Just don't comment. It's really not going to bother me. Yeah, but that's about all I have to say about that. Just remember, guys, when you come into these campgrounds, people are on vacation. They're having a good time. Not everybody's a campground member. And hey, have your good time. Be respectful of others. Clean up your campsite. Be respectful of the quiet hours. Don't be speeding through the parks. Just be kind and courteous. These are family parks, and people are there to have a good time, or people are there to live like us. Yeah, having a few problems here and there. Take the good with the bad, guys, and yes, you have bad. You have tires blow. You have lug nuts break like we did. You have transmissions go out. Neighbors throwing rocks. People threatening your kid's dog with a gun. People making up allegations and saying let your dogs kill small animals. But hey, that's only a few bad, and there's a lot of good. We have a lot of good in our life. Great times, and I wouldn't change it for anything. This is Sagan with U-Turn Permitted. Glad you guys took the time to watch this video. Go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that reminder bell. I appreciate it all. Thanks. See you next time. Might be a little hard to see, but there's New York City skyline. Well, I sit here in the LaGuardia, New York airport, and lights start flashing, alarm starts going off, and somebody came over the intercom saying, "Oh, more alarms." Well, flashing stopped. They said an alarm had been set off here.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? This is the Fire and Life Safety Director. LaGuardia Terminal B has completed its investigation and found this to be a false alarm. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you. I say again, LaGuardia Terminal B has completed its investigation and found this to be a false alarm. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you. Thank you for your attention.